Hi, I am Maayan Davidovitz. I'm currently a postdoctoral fellow in the Wagner Graduate School of Public Service at New York University. I received my PhD in Public Administration and Policy from the University of Haifa in 2021. My PhD project was the first of its kind to recognize the crucial importance of trust in understanding how street-level bureaucrats use coping mechanisms when implementing public policy, and as a result, the critical role it plays in understanding policy outcomes. In the present article, which I co-authored with my PhD supervisor, Professor Nissim Cohen, titled Alone in the Campaign, Distrust in Regulators and the Coping of Frontline Workers, we examined how frontline workers' trust in regulators is reflected in their coping methods with clients when implementing public policy. We suggest that since trust plays a core role in any relationship between two parties and has diverse consequences for behavior, understanding this link will help us better understand policy delivery process. However, the role played by frontline workers' trust in regulators and its impact on their coping mechanisms is a black box. This is surprising because when frontline workers distrust the regulators, they may believe that the latter's future actions are unlikely to be beneficial for them. Frontline workers may act in a contradict way to regulatory goals and adopt an opportunistic approach. It is reasonable to assume that there may be a rollover onto the relationship with clients. As interface between state and citizen, often citizens' sole connection with state functioning, frontline workers may give clients a negative representation of regulatory systems, leading to distrust in institutions. This may also impact public trust in frontline workers themselves. Since there is a reciprocal link between the trust of public employees in citizens and that of citizens in public employees, there may be far-reaching implications for the relationship between state and society. While other studies have examined trust in public professionals, ours focuses on frontline workers' trust in regulators as rule makers and its impact on how services are provided. We empirically examine our question by studying two types of Israeli social service providers, teachers and social workers, using semi-structured in-depth interviews and focus groups. Our study makes two theoretical contributions to the literature connecting regulation and implementation. First, the study identifies the factors that lead frontline workers to distrust the regulators: perceived lack of protection, clash of values, politicization in implementation processes, and the last one, regulators' disconnection from the field. Second, the study illustrates how distrust in regulators leads frontline workers to adopt two coping strategies. The first is acts of self-protection, and the second is deviation from formal policy, and impacts their turnover intention. Empirically, interestingly, the literature on frontline implementers of social policy makes little direct mention of trust or distrust in rulemakers, dealing with it only implicitly, focusing on direct managers and employing organizations. Our study fills this gap by offering a conceptual framework for understanding how social services providers' distrust in regulators affect their implementation of public policy. More information about this article can be found on Regulation and Governance website. I'm inviting you to read more about my research agenda in my personal website. Link below. Thank you so much for listening.